Welcome back, guys. If you are just joining us, this is INX Prime Live. Remember, we are on your screens every single Monday to Friday between the hours of 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Now, today we have the pleasure of speaking with Khalid Abdulla. Now, he is the champion of the Cape Town leg of the 8th Turkish Airlines World Golf Cup. Now, Khalid actually secured his victory at the prestigious Zalze Golf Estate with an impressive score of about 45 points, earning the honor of representing Cape Town in the grand finale of this world-renowned corporate golf tournament in Turkey. Now, with over 8,000 players competing globally, Khalid's achievement is a testament to his exceptional skill and dedication of the sport. Khalid actually joins me now. Assalamu alaikum and welcome, Khalid.
Having me today on your show.
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on INX Prime.
It's a pleasure, and thanks for setting it up. I did get the call on Monday, I think, for the setup, and I'm happy to be part of this interview to tell you about my experience.
Yeah, we had to speak to you. I mean, just obviously, with getting that achievement is such a big thing, and we really wanted to obviously chat to you so our audience can find out more about it. So, firstly, congratulations on your victory, Khalid. Can you tell us a bit more about how you prepared for this tournament?
Well, I didn't quite prepare specifically for this tournament. I've got sporting blood. I mean, my dad used to be a sportsman. I played sport from a very young age. I played soccer, volleyball, squash, and I was an athlete at provincial level, all of those. And I've been playing since the age of 8, 9 years old. And my kids, in fact, now are also all sporty in their own way. However, I did start, I needed to replace soccer because I had an old injury in my 40s. I had to replace that with a different sport. And I thought golf was a good idea to do it. And it's something I could also play with my kids down the line when they grow up. So I started playing about 18 years ago, and I progressed slowly but surely until the point that I played for club level, for Roundabout Golf Club against other clubs. And I mean, representing a club at golf level, you need to be a certain standard. And we used to play every Saturday afternoon against another club. And I enjoyed it. And obviously, with my sporting and competitive nature, I think that was important in my early days. And I kind of played decent golf. I then took about a 5-year break between 2015 and 2020 just to go and run a business and to help build a listed entity. And then about a year and a half or 2 years ago, I restarted playing golf again with my friends on a Saturday afternoon. And I think they prepared me because we play social golf, but they're all very competitive friends. So playing social golf with the competitive friends does help to kind of up your game. Because to improve anything, doesn't matter what it is, you have to set your target higher and you have to play against people who are either your level or at least better than you. So preparing, obviously, I've had quite a bit of time over the last few months to revisit the game and play a little bit more often and try and tweak certain things. And over the last 3 or 4 months, I have played some good golf. I've also had some bad golf, but golf can be frustrating. But fortunately for me, on this day, things came together. All the practice came together, and I was grateful that it came together the way it did.
No, that's brilliant. And I hope that you are as consistent as the world #1 currently in the world. Because if you keep on looking at the tournaments that come up, he's always sitting in the first or second place. But I just want to touch on something in terms of being a South African and representing South Africa. What does it actually mean to you to represent not only South Africa, but also Cape Town as well, right? In the grand finals of the Turkish Airlines World Golf Cup?
Look, I didn't realize it was such a big thing, but I have represented South Africa in different sports in my earlier days. However, for me, this is being competitive and being a sports person. It's an unbelievable honor to be able to play and represent South Africa in an international tournament. I mean, it is sometimes I can't believe it. It's like a dream that's come true. But obviously, the fact that I won that tournament it shows that I've still got some merit in it to try and get and see how far I can go with things. But it's an unbelievable feeling. I mean, I've been getting calls, I've been getting messages from friends, family, associates, all saying congratulatory notices and obviously wanting me to practice harder to get them. The tournament's only in December, first week of December, because I think Turkish Airlines has these tournaments over 70 different countries. And the winners of all those countries then eventually meet. So we were one of the earlier ones. So I'm hoping that I can keep my form at least to where it is and improve on it. So I have got time to practice. But yes, it is an unbelievable feeling to represent South Africa in a massive tournament of its nature.
Now, we're all very excited for you as well, and I'm sure you'll find out who some of your other competitors will be throughout the rest of the year. I just want to touch on some of the beautiful courses we have in South Africa. I mean, we have so many amazing courses in Sun City. Also out there, Ernie Els has his own course, and so many other people. But I want to touch on the one that you actually played at. And can you walk us through your experience at the Zalze Golf Estate during the tournament?
It just so happens that the Zalze is probably one of my top three favorite courses. I've played there. In fact, I've played in the Turkish tournament, Turkish Airlines tournament, at least 4 or 5 times over the last few years. We played there last year as well. Some that you do well, some that don't do so well. But that's just how golf is. However, South Africa has got excellent golf courses. But on this day, I mean, to take you through this day, I got there quite relaxed, want to go and enjoy a day out in the sun, play. No pressure, but didn't put any pressure on myself. I was fortunate, it's a shotgun start. We started on a par 5. I put a good drive down the middle, had a decent second, chipped it short, a 3-putted off the green. I got a bogey. It's 2 points. I banked it. I think, okay, that's a good start. The next one was a par 4, good drive, good second, a chip and 2-putted, another 2 point. I'm happy with that. Then came a nasty par 3. And that nasty par 3, I pulled my tee shot, and I quite messed it up, and I bombed that one. I got a triple bogey on that one. And then this friend of mine said, no, he's seen me play before. I should just try and relax and enjoy it and play fearless golf like I know. And that's what I did. I kind of knew there's no pressure. I kind of gave up. But then from then onwards, I just couldn't do much wrong. I played unbelievable. My drives were good. And once I have a good drive, I'm always in with a chance. Sure. And I mean, when I'm lying short of the green, I would putt. And it just so happens that on the day, anything within 5 or 6 meters from the hole, I would drop, I would sink. So my putting was on song as well. So each hole, I kind of just tried to relax and take it one step at a time. And before I knew it, my marker was holding my score. He said to me, there's only 4 holes left or 5 holes left. You know, you could be in it, just keep it steady. And that's exactly what I did. I just played safe golf, simple golf, just trusted my swing, kept it steady. When I'm off the green, a meter off the green, I rather putted instead of chipping because, you can get quite nervous and tense because it's not, I don't play golf for a living because I'll probably go hungry. And then on the third last hole, I got a 2-pointer, and the second last hole was a par 3. I just pulled it a bit left, just short of the green, 2-putted, got a par. And then on the last hole, he said to me, now you can just go and do what you wanted to. And unbelievably, I had a great drive. My second shot, I was about 110 meters out. And I'm thinking to myself, it's going to be the last long shot. Do I just take a shot here or what do I do? And I'm just scared that I'm going to pull the ball into the water. And I pumped it towards the green, and I went past the hole by about 3 meters, and I took my time, and I sunk it, and I got a birdie, which is a 4-pointer, which I mean, then I knew I'm in it with a chance. So I was fortunate that I could not think about the main goal, because I think in golf, if you think you're going to win it at the end, then you're putting pressure on yourselves. And I think that was the difference for me. But I played very consistently hole by hole, and I think that did help.
No, definitely, Khalid. I mean, we looked at some of the visuals as well of you actually holding, or the trophy being right next to you up there. It looked quite nice and quite an impressive moment as well. But I just want to touch on something in terms of being relaxed as a golfer. And they say your caddy plays such an important role in terms of just giving you that space to relax and also give you the wisdom that you need just so that you can play your shots. I want to touch on this whole tournament that is taking place and this whole World Golf Cup that is by Turkish Airlines. I wanted to understand, how do you feel in terms of competing with players all around the world? I know that you said some of them, are still not decided as yet, but how do you feel about that?
For me, I'm always up for a challenge, right? I mean, that's my nature. I mean, I've been a sportsman, a competitor on the sports field all my life. And as I said, I was in the corporate world for many years, running a listed entity, and that's also quite a challenge. But I'm up for the challenge. And for me, I'm actually looking forward to this challenge. And again, it's you want to go into it fairly open-minded. Golf is a mental game. Yes, you have to be physically fit, but mental, I think, takes about 70% of the game. Because you play against competitors, they psych you out, they make comments or otherwise, and you've got to actually be able to lock them out or completely cut yourself off from what the comments are. And for me, I'm actually looking forward to it. And who knows what can happen? I'm not putting pressure myself. I'm going there to enjoy it and enjoy the experience, because not many people can say that that they represented South Africa, against 120 other international players at the event of this nature. And I mean, I'm grateful that Turkish Airlines obviously has this tournament on an annual basis, and that they are happy to have me there to kind of represent South Africa. So there's two South Africans that's represented. There's a tournament that was held in Johannesburg and one in Cape Town. So there's the winner of Johannesburg and the winner of Cape Town obviously represents South Africa. So we go as kind of a team, I would assume as well, even though we play separately and individually. But I'm looking forward. It's given me a new lease in kind of energy in my sporting career, and just to keep fit, I cycle on a Sunday morning, mostly with some of my friends. I do 50 to 70 kilometers of cycling. Sometimes I do up to 200 kilometers per week, just to keep fit as well. So physically, it's a tough sport, but golf is a seriously mental game. And if you don't have a strong mind and a strong will, and you don't know how to forget the bad shots very quickly, and you dwell on the bad shots, then it's not for you. For me, I can cut off very quickly. If I had a bad shot, I can recover, and that's the big thing. But again, golf has quite a bit of luck as well, and I'm hoping that my luck stays and that I get divine intervention wherever I need to, and I've been good enough to get the assistance.
No, definitely, Khalid. And I mean, like you did mention, you said it is a mental sport, but it is also a physical one. So it can be both physical and mentally challenging. How do you maintain your focus and composure during those high pressure moments, like you did mention, on the course, more specifically towards the end of the course?
Yeah, so as I said, golf is actually, you shouldn't take it as you're competing with others. Right? Golf is a game you're actually competing with yourself to be the best at what you can. So I've always, whether sporting, business, studies, whatever, I always try to be the best that I can. I want to always be a 5-star performer. Whether it's good enough for the day or otherwise, a different story. But for me, I thought that on the day, you have to just make sure that you play your best and focus on doing the right stuff. I mean, golf is quite a technical game as well. I mean, your setup, the way you handle the club, the way you swing, you've got to be consistent as well. And again, as I said, take it one hole at a time. Every hole has 3 to 5 shots or 6 shots, depending on whether it's a par 3, a par 4, par 5. And you've got to just take it in your stride. And as soon as you get a bad shot, you just got to lift your head up, forget about it, and move on. So to stay focused, I think, is to have mental strength. You've got to be able to cut off anybody's comments or otherwise, and within yourself, be positive. Think for the next shot. And when you're playing your next shot, you're actually going to be thinking about the shot that follows. Sure. So you're going to place your ball in your strength. For example, I know that if I'm within 100 meters of a green, I want to play my second shot so that my third shot would be 100 meters or thereabouts. And that's kind of the technique and kind of the strategy that you got to use, and it's called course management. And that's what I think on that day I managed the course very well, stayed out of danger, and made sure that I got positions that I could use a full club rather than half a club and trying to manufacture stuff. And that's where things go wrong.
Now, I know that we're all going to be extremely proud, and we hope to be extremely proud of you come the 1st of December when you do take part in the Turkish Airlines World Golf Cup. But again, Khalid, thank you so much for joining us this evening on INX Prime Live.
No problem. No, shukran for having me, and thank you for all the the well wishes. And we can always make dua, and I'll make dua, and that I'll do well as well. So who knows? Anything's possible. We can just dream. But I'm fortunate to be able to be going, and I'm fortunate to be able to represent the Turkish South African contingent, Turkish Airlines South African contingent.
Inshallah. I mean, guys, that is Khalid Abdulla, who is actually a golfer to represent South Africa at the Turkish Airlines World Golf Cup. Now, we are just going to take a quick ad break. We'll come right back.